Hi, it's Walter Burns from Keller Williams City Life Realty and livingonthehudson.com for this week's Living on the Hudson weekly recap. Taking a look at the snapshot of the market right now in the Hudson County waterfront communities, downtown Jersey City, Hoboken, Weehawken, all the way up to Guttenberg and North Bergen. You can see here the levels of inventory currently available and what they were last week. Inventory available properties has creeped up a little bit over the past week. It has come up over the past few weeks in Hoboken. There's been more properties that are currently on the market. Not a tremendous amount more, but I would say an average of like 5 to 10 week over week increase. You can see kind of where we are week over week. And this is the absorption rates of the pace at which properties have been going under contract in the various communities and the months of supply currently available, meaning that if nothing new came on the market at the pace that we're selling, how quickly would the market deplete of supply? And most of these areas are in seller markets. If you're less than 6 months of supply, you lean towards the seller's market. And only one area technically is in a buyer's market, and that is in Guttenberg. There's a lot of inventory available up at the Galaxy Towers. They have over 10 months of supply right now in Guttenberg. So I'll link this down below. You can download this on YouTube and check it out. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me anytime. Taking a look, in the past week, there have been 196 properties that have gone under contract. They had an average list price of $822,000 and a median list price of $675,000. Average days on the market was 30 days and the median days on the market was 14. And that's in alignment with what it's been over the past month or so. Looking through the list, some properties that stood out to me. Up at 1425 Hudson Street in Hoboken. This is a Toll Brothers building on the corner of 15th and Hudson Street. Built about 5 years ago. You have 1425 Hudson, Unit 6B, 7 days in the market. List price was $1,349,000. 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,291 square feet. It did not come with parking. And this is like Toll Brothers' last building in that Hudson T area on 15th Street. About 100 units in this building. It's a concierge building. They have a fitness center as well as a rooftop area with a small pool area. So that is the last Toll Brothers building that Toll did in Hoboken. And you can check out the interiors of this unit. And I believe this property is selling significantly over asking price. I believe they had multiple offers. But when it closes in a few months, I'll be happy to report back on what it ended up selling for. Right now, there's very high demand in this uptown Hoboken area, especially in these modern doorman buildings, Hudson T, 1400 Hudson, 1450 Washington, etc. So this property under contract at 1425 Hudson, list price was $1,349,000. In downtown Jersey City, you had a studio at the Montgomery Greene building, which is at 105 Greene Street, 105 Greene, unit 503. 545 square foot studio. List price was $489, and this building is on the corner of Montgomery and Greene Street. It's a concierge building, built around 2006. Has a very hotel boutique feel when you go inside. I believe it was designed by a hotel architect. They have a fitness center, a residence lounge, 24-hour concierge, as well as a common rooftop area with barbecue, outdoor kitchen. It's very nice, and you can check out the city views from there. But this is a studio layout, and there's actually a lot of this kind of layout in this building. Building is mostly studios, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and there's like a handful of 3 bedrooms. And this is under contract at 105 Greene Street, Montgomery Greene. List price was $489. Downtown Jersey City, 700 Grove Street, unit 6R, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,277 square feet. List price was $808,000, on the market for 20 days. I've discussed this building in the past. This is another Toll Brothers property built around 2004, 2005 or so. It's on the border of Hoboken and downtown Jersey City. It's in downtown Jersey City. So residents who live there tend to like use Hoboken more, just given the proximity to Hoboken. 24-hour concierge. There's a shuttle to and from the Hoboken Path Station, as well as a fitness center and a residence lounge on site. And here you have a 2-bedroom at 700 Grove going under contract. Looks like this was a south-facing unit. And all these buildings I'm discussing, I'll link down below from my website, Living on the Hudson, where you can check out other units that might be available for sale or rent, or that have sold recently. But this one, list price was $808,000 on the market for 20 days. Moving into a little out of Jersey City, let's head up to North Bergen. This is Kingston Point, a small condominium complex located right off of River Road, 7706 Marine Road, Unit 122. This is a 1-bed, 1-bath, 636 square foot unit. List price was $449 on the market for 9 days. And this is located right near the medical center in North Bergen, the hospital, right off of River Road. Built in the early 2000s, I believe K. Hovnanian was a developer. And here's the hospital, and then you have the views of Lower Manhattan. And that's under contract. List price $449,000. Over in 9 on the Hudson in West New York, also developed by K. Hovnanian about 5 years ago. This is a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,813 square foot unit, unit 1017. The list price was $2,688,000, 41 days on the market, and it is now under contract. Came with parking for 3 cars. So this is a high floor unit here, east facing, overlooking New York with a large terrace. So the building has 2 separate towers, essentially, that are associated with it. The south tower has this step-down terrace kind of design, and here you see that in this layout here. And then the north tower is more of a traditional standalone tower. It doesn't have the step-up terraces, and you'll see that when we cycle through the photos. They're going to build here in front of the building. Toll Brothers owns 2 lots here that they're going to start selling condos there this coming summer. It's called Vista Point. I think less than 80 units or so. And they're going to be in front of the building, not as high as 9 on the Hudson. So this unit that's under contract should preserve its views, but there will be development here in this lot in the front. And the people who bought it 9 on the Hudson were made aware of that when they purchased in this community. So that's under contract. List price $2,688,000 at 9 on the Hudson. A couple things that sold over in Hoboken at the Sky Club, 700 First Street, Unit 7C. List price was $775,000. It sold for $805,000. 8 days on the market. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,144 square feet. I do not have interior photos. However, this was developed with a partnership with a local developer and Toll Brothers, built in the early 2000s, 2002, 3, 4 range. Here you have Unit 7C. This is in the first phase, the East Tower. And this 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,144 square foot unit sold over asking for $805,000, 8 days on the market. Another unit here at 700 Grove. I just discussed this unit going under contract, 6R. Here you have Unit 8C at 700 Grove, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,545 square foot unit, much larger space. List price was $895,000. It sold for $945,000, 8 days on the market here at 700 Grove. So the concierge building, again, built by Toll Brothers. They built a lot of buildings in the past 20 years, a lot of large-scale buildings in the Hoboken, Jersey City area. And here you have a 2-bed, 2-bath selling for $945,000 at 700 Grove. Looking at some other things that stood out. Over at Gulls Cove, 201 Marin Boulevard, Unit 1401, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,464 square feet. You had list price was $1,224,987, and it sold essentially for asking $1,225,000, 29 days on the market. So this is actually the residence lounge. Concierge building. Let me see if I can get to the interior unit photos. Has a bowling alley, gym, fitness center, children's play area. And this is a corner unit. The O1 unit's a corner which faces northwest. So it's in phase one. This building was built, Gulch Cove was built in 2 different phases. Phase one is the largest phase. And it faces, as I mentioned, north and west. And this property has sold here at Gulch Cove for $1,225,000. In Journal Square, Canco Lofts. I don't have interior photos. They took them down. But here you have, this is the old American Canning Company building. 50 Day Street, unit 632. List price was $779. Sold over asking for $785. 17 days in the market. 2-bed, 2-bath duplex. 1,475 square feet. This is in the Journal Square section. When you drive out on Route 1 and 9 going west towards the Pulaski Highway and towards Newark Airport, you pass this building. You see it on the left. And this is the Canco Lofts former factory. There's a few buildings that have not been built out yet that are there. I don't know if it's going to be for a future developer or what the situation is, but over here they haven't finished. There's a vacant building, vacant warehouse space. But here you have multiple buildings that have been built out. It's a concierge building, high level of amenities. They have a large fitness center, residence club, concierge building. And here you have a 2-bedroom duplex, 1,475 square foot loft selling for $785 at the Canco Lofts. And finally, up in North Bergen at the Watermark, 8100 River Road, unit penthouse 1207. 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,550 square feet. List price was $929. It sold for $925. 70 days in the market. This is 8100 River Road, concierge building. Looks like this unit faced north towards Edgewater. And most of the units either face northeast or northwest. So, or south. So you have northern facing units that have like a uptown Manhattan view towards Edgewater and the George Washington Bridge, or you have southern facing units that look out towards Midtown and lower Manhattan. And there's a handful of direct east facing units. But here you have a top floor 2-bedroom selling for $925 at the Watermark, unit 1207 on the penthouse level. News articles this week. Bayonne is starting to, they've changed their zoning and they are allowing high rises along the waterfront. So they're getting into the high rise game, if you will, of what you see going on in downtown Jersey City and other parts of Jersey City, where they're going to rezone and build high rises along the waterfront. Bayonne has a very large piece of property that if you ever take a cruise out of there, you'll see that there's a port in Bayonne. And then you have the former military ocean terminal, which is where they used to fix, aircraft carriers and battleships and submarines back in the 50s and 60s. I believe that closed in the 80s. And here you have this property that's going to be redeveloped, and it looks like they are going to allow for high rises in the future. So big redevelopment coming into the Bayonne waterfront. I'll link this down below. These videos come out every Monday. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me anytime at walter@livingonthehudson.com or 347-448-3766. Feel free to comment, like, or subscribe down below. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.